Hello, this is the PC Expert Amateur, and I've got some important news. For those of you who have heard of them, DeepCool has been placed on the U.S.'s sanctions list, the most restrictive one, because of their shipping some products to some companies in Russia. It's not clear if those companies are affiliated with the Russian military efforts against the Ukraine, but the American government is saying, if you are going to be sending stuff to Russia, you're going to be sanctioned. So DeepCool is being blocked. And they're one of a long list of companies in several different countries, including the PRC, Turkey, UAE, even Singapore, and a few other countries. Now, this includes any subsidiaries of those companies in the United States. Now, I will link to the United States Department of State's article regarding this. It's a long list of companies that are being sanctioned at various levels by the U.S. government. And if you are dealing with any companies in other countries, you should probably take a look at this. But I'm focusing only on DeepCool. So DeepCool has a working relationship with two different companies in Russia, according to the Gamers Nexus video. This is where what my initial source is and my main source. And I give all credit to Gamers Nexus. I hope you will give them some financial support. The first company is a manufacturer of computer parts and equipment. And the second one is a logistics or transportation company. They're both in Russia. If I remember correctly, as of July 27th of 2024, the sanctions will be fully in place, and any companies will be fully sanctioned by the U.S., whether in the U.S. or overseas. If DeepCool owns at least 50% of another company, those companies will also be blocked. So if you are currently doing business with DeepCool, you need to wrap it up as quickly as possible, unless you have some way to get be on the exemptions list so that you can continue to operate in a relationship with DeepCool. One company that apparently, if I understand correctly, assembles computers is actually going to destroy all of their DeepCool stock, and there is an incoming inventory shipment that they are actually going to be refusing. But they didn't state which company that was. DeepCool in the US, they have their own subsidiary that will be blocked and will be shut down. So everybody at DeepCool should probably start looking for a new job right now. And if you have DeepCool stock, I would suggest you either put it on ice, find out from the government whether or not you can still sell it off before or after the full application of the sanctions, or what you should do. But if you want to get a DeepCool mistake, you better get it right now, because this is going to be the last chance for a while, because a lot of other companies from Russia are also on that list. They're not necessarily in the computers industry, but they're on that list. So definitely take a close look at that, and I would expect that in the future we're going to see more Chinese companies and companies from other countries that are willing to sell to Russia be put on U.S. sanctions lists. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of problematic. Now, I've already posted this information on Bleeping Computer, so you can go there and read more. But DeepCool was placed on the list for having supplied over $1 million worth of their products, which happens to be on a high priority list of items that the U.S. government has marked as contributing and critical for Russia's war efforts. Beijing DeepCool Industries is accused of supplying them to two companies. Neither of them are Russian government entities. That's a quote from the Gamers Nexus video. They did consult with a specialist legal firm in Washington to get a better understanding of how this all works. There were two companies the two companies that were named are Aktionerno Obszeństwo Tascom and U Novi IT Projekt. Sorry for slaughtering those. Not used to words like that, and I'm not sure how they're supposed to be pronounced. So yeah, I will provide a link to Gamers Nexus's video. I will also provide a link to the U.S. government's Departments of State's fact sheet, which shows a very long list. Other companies that are impacted in China include Wuhan Tianyu Information Industry Company Limited, AsiaLink Shanghai International Logistics Company Limited, or AsiaLink, 3Nod Digital Hong Kong Limited, Poly Technologies Incorporated, PTI, Mile, or maybe it's Mile, HAO, Jiang Technology Company Limited, Guangdong Practic, CNC Technology Company Limited, and the list goes on and on and on. Belarus, UAE, Turkey, the Kyrgyz Republic, Moldova, and Singapore. So if you have business partners overseas in Europe and Asia, I would definitely take a look at this list of sanctioned companies on the Department of State's website. Yeah, and just to quote from the fact sheet from the Department of State, sanctions implications. As a result of today's sanctions-related actions and in accordance with EO 14024 as amended, all property and interests in property of the designated persons described above that are in the United States or in possession or control of U.S. persons are blocked and must be reported to the Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC. Additionally, all entities and individuals that have ownership, either directly or indirectly, 50% or more by one or more blocked persons are also blocked. All transactions by U.S. persons or within or transiting the United States that involve any property or interest in property of designated or otherwise blocked persons are prohibited unless authorized by a general or specific license issued by OFAC or exempt. These prohibitions include the making of any contribution or provision of funds, goods, or services by, to, or for the benefit of any blocked person, and the receipt of any contribution or provision of funds, goods, or services from any such person. The power and integrity of U.S. government sanctions derive not only from the U.S. government's ability to designate and add persons to the SDN list, but also from its willingness to remove persons from the SDN list consistent with the law. The ultimate goal of sanctions is not to punish, but to bring about a positive change in behavior. Petitions for removal from the SDN list may be sent to OFAC.reconsideration at treasury.gov. Petitioners may also refer to the Department of State's https://www.state.gov/sanctions-delisting page. Please, I don't have answers to questions. You do have some time to become compliant. I would contact OFAC as soon as possible to make sure that you are going to be compliant. If you're a customer, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it really matters for customers like us whether or not we have DeepCool products. I mean, these were purchased before the sanctions were created, so I think it's okay. But, you know, now is not a good time for DeepCool in the United States, and potentially if this is also enforced by the European Union, it could become very uncomfortable for DeepCool and other Chinese-based companies that are working in the computer industry. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Gamers Nexus and give them support. I hope you have a great day.